Hey guys, how you doing? Sixx here. Anybody that watched my last video the other day, you know that this is a different mood, obviously. So I want to talk a little bit about that, and it's just specifically about the carnivore. I was a bit down, and the monster I'm referring to that in the previous video, obviously, is depression, and it's a demon that I've been battling for all of my adult life through drug use, pharmaceuticals, psychiatrists, all this other just crap. Okay, all of it, every bit of it. Um, and I can tell you, even after that, my last little whiny video, um, I got to be honest with you, it's still with no medication of any kind, no talking heads or babbling nonsense. It is purely the carnivore that is working and curing me. And I know that because I have had, and as I've mentioned, my darkness has been dark, like oblique, you can't see anything. And I don't know how my wife has tolerated it for all these years, but she has, and she's here now. And what's so amazing about it is that, and she's providing me with observations from the outside and telling me what she thinks works and what's not. But and it's very, very helpful. But for me, for this last little part, this last little thing the other day, is I realized that not only did it took a long time between these bouts of darkness, which she was calculating and writing in her book, and then she said that it was 52 days. And it was a little bit more than after since the previous one. Well, prior to that, and prior to some really dark stuff happening, it was happening frequently, like maybe once a week. I would go into, and I'm talking like bad, literally coming out of and not knowing why I'm in a place I'm in. That's just to give you some idea. Pretty, just not good. And this was the last one this last one I had after 52 days was mild. I was able to talk to you guys. I was able to make a video. I recovered quickly. I came out of it quickly. It didn't drop as far down or as dark. Um, it was like dusk the whole time. So I never hit bottom, and I recovered so quick. It usually takes a couple of days. This was pretty special because by the end of that first day, and certainly by the next morning, I was already out of it and feeling much better. And I can tell you, the only thing that I am doing, the only thing that has changed in my life, the only thing has been my diet. That's it. That's it. I was doing keto, having crashes, doing keto, falling in the hole, doing all those things. I was doing fasting. I did, like I mentioned in a I did a 7-day fast, a 3-day fast, a 5-day fast. I started the other direction. I started with 1 day, 2 day, and built my way up to 7 days, and and it was fabulous. And I just finished a fast after that little depressive bout and whiny little video I shared with you, asking for help. And I appreciate so much everybody that has commented and provided support and suggestions, which are fabulous, by the way. Some unbelievably great stories and great suggestions, of which I plan to try them all. Doesn't hurt anything. Um, and when I do, I'm going to share them with you. I wanted to point that out. As far as the depression goes, the carnivore diet is I don't know if it's my cure. I do intend to incorporate some psilocybin mushrooms into my regiment, probably pretty soon. Magic mushrooms, as they say, because I understand, and it's been legalized in Colorado and various states, other states too, but for its effects on depression and people with certain mental problems. Or issues or disabilities or whatever you want to call it. I just messed up in the head like I am. But the results for these folks have been astonishing, absolutely astonishing. I've been doing a lot of research and a lot of reading, checking out the different strains of mushrooms, the different effects, the different strengths, all of the above. And I'm intrigued by it. So that's coming down the pike here pretty soon. I'll be eating some mushrooms for you folks, and we'll see what happens. I don't know that I'm going to get, you know, watching the screen do this kind of stuff, but I will probably microdose so that I really don't feel it. I'm hoping that, from what I'm understanding, is I won't feel the high. Not that I would complain about that. I'm a big fan of mushrooms. When I was a kid, I loved them. Anyways, I digress. But microdosing, you don't get high, which is great, because I really don't want to be high anymore. I'm too old for that silliness. Well, I don't know if it's silliness, but I'm too old for it. At least I feel I am. I've been there, done that. So, so I don't necessarily want to get high, but I do want to be cured. And since you don't get high and you can microdose, the results, from what I'm hearing, is unbelievable. And that people with depression, it just completely goes away. And that, to me, is worth almost anything. So that's what I'm going to do. Obviously, from what I said, I'm not scared of mushrooms. I've done it before. I haven't really done any, nothing like that enters my body anymore. I mean, I don't mind the cannabis, which I'm going to get to in a second, some psilocybin mushrooms, but chemicals, you can keep them, whether they come from a dealer or they come from a pharmacy or they come from a lab, wherever. I don't want them. So, and I'm trying my best not to have to use any of them to cure myself. And and if you know me, and if you knew me, you'd know that where I'm at right now, this position where I'm at talking to you and being able to do this, is absolutely mind-boggling. So, cheers to that. I did think that the other morning when I woke up and I was talking to you about it, I don't think I fully didn't understand, which is why I was coming for help, is where it all comes from. I don't know if it's chemical. I don't want to go through all that. I just don't know what it is. I do know that it's better, but I don't know what it is. And without knowing that, it's hard to find, it's hard to pinpoint the solution. That's what makes the carnivore diet so great, is because the carnivore diet is actually an elimination diet. So you get rid of everything. There's only one thing left, or two things. It's very, very, very small. That's what makes it so fabulous. But it makes solving your problems easy, because it eliminates anything that causes the problems. I mean, how simple is that? So this is the same kind of thing I'm trying to do with the depression, is I'm trying to eliminate all the things that could potentially drop me in the hole. And the only thing left, because I've eliminated everything, well, almost everything, the only things left that I can think of would be Diet Coke. Can't help myself. I'm a fiend, and I think it's because, and I didn't drink so much of that crap before. I'm drinking more of it now because it was my transitional drink, because it had a sweetness to it without the calories of the GR or any kind of, with zero insulin effect. So it won't spike, it won't affect, and has zero impact on your insulin. It also has a bunch of chemicals and other nonsense it has in it that you really just don't want to have in you. But I do in me, because I consume it like crazy. But that's going to go away. Also, the cannabis. I was blaming cannabis. When I woke up that morning, that later in the afternoon, I told my wife, it's got to be the weed. It's got to be smoking weed. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of, because it's the only thing. It is a depressant. I mean, there are strains that are stimulant, but for the most part, it kind of brings me and levels me. I don't really get high off weed anymore. I have to, it doesn't even matter what kind of weed it is. You can give me the best ganj in the world, and I'm just going to be floating cool. I don't get loaded anymore. I think it's 40 years of smoking does that to you. But it is the only thing that's clinging besides the coke. That's the only other thing. So I told my wife I want to quit it. She doesn't want me to. She thinks it'll have a negative effect. Or stop smoking and only consume it through edibles. So I don't know yet. I just don't know yet. I do know that I am not smoking today as of yet. I do know that at 59, I don't want to smoke anymore. I really don't. I would like to just be normal. I want to be normal. That's what I want. I want to be normal. I want to feel normal all day without any having to put anything in myself to feel normal, without having to ingest, without having to smoke, without having to drink. I just want to be normal. That's it, you know? How freaking difficult is that? You know, I thought everybody should just be normal. We all want to feel normal, you know? We have no reason to feel the way we do sometimes. I should be giddy all the time. I live in a beautiful place. I have a beautiful wife. I have beautiful animals around me. I am blessed in so many, many, many ways. I have my health now, thanks to carnivore diet. I have my mental state almost there, I believe, thanks to carnivore diet. But I'm still not quite normal, I guess, if any of us are or even know what that is. But it's a feeling of not having no pools, no clouds, no shadows around the edges. You know, I can't put my finger on it, can't say exactly how it is, but it's a feeling that you have. And when I feel normal and have, I've even said it to my wife. It's like, oh, this feels good. I feel really wonderful. I feel like this isn't me. This is spectacular. So that's my goal. That's where I want to be. I don't know what this video is really about other than that. I wanted to apologize for that little whiny video, but I needed to let you know that although I was asking for help, I'm still in a better position than I've been in almost all of my adult life. And I'm very, very happy with where I'm at. And I'm disappointed that I had that crash after almost 2 months of none, but not anymore. Now I'm going to beat it this time. There won't be any more. You guys, I'm gonna fight this right now. 52 days is the record. This is gonna be like one of those industrial signs that sit back there. I should put one back there. Put one over there. Wait a minute. There. I'll put one right there. And what it'll do is like, how many days since last incident? So I just wipe it off and then I'll put like I don't know what it would be now. It'd be like 5 days, 4 or 5 days. So we're at the fresh beginning, and we're gonna knock this one out of the park. So thank all you carnivores. I love you guys. I'm gonna keep pushing hard, keep pushing forward. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna stop smoking cannabis. I really am. I want to. I'm not smoked today, so you guys are my witnesses. I haven't smoked today, and what time is it? It's almost 11 o'clock. So Sweet's teaching her class down on the beach. She's going to be back. And then we're going to have breakfast. Maybe. She has to go get me bacon first. And then we're going to have breakfast and see what the day brings. So thank you all so much. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Thank you for letting me share my life and my journey and my experience through this journey with you. And I appreciate that very much. So until the next one, stay strong, stay healthy, stay carnivore.